Hey, good people, how you doing? David Taub here. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Relic guitars and why there are some real advantages to them, in my opinion. And this is a age-old debate. You know, a lot of times with relicing instruments, you either love it or you hate it. And this relicing, this aging, antiquing, distressing of instruments has been around quite a few years. But I'll be totally honest with you. When it first came out, I wasn't into it at all. In fact, I thought it was kind of weak and lame, that you're paying all that money for an instrument that's new but is kind of beat up. And I just didn't think it was a very cool thing. But my opinion has changed over the years. And I'll tell you what really changed it was buying this guitar. And this is a Relic guitar. And it was reliced by MJT or Mark Jenny. He specializes in relicing and distressing guitars. And I'm going to shoot you some close-ups of this because it's really hard to see all the relicing from this view on the camera. He did a really amazing job. With relicing instruments, there are, lots of them out there, and oftentimes many of them are not reliced very well. Not enough time is really spent on the relicing process. That's why a good reliced guitar is quite expensive because it takes a long time to get the guitar to look like it's old and aged. And you're not just talking about relicing of the body, you're talking about relicing the hardware, relicing the pick knobs, the pick guard, the knobs, the neck, the back of the neck, the tuners. I mean everything. You know what I mean? There can't be a piece on it shiny and new. The input jack cover and whatnot, the springs on the back, right? So it takes a long time, a lot of labor to do it right. And what happened was one day I was in a guitar store years and years ago, and I was there to check out an amp. So I just grabbed a guitar to play through it, and I grabbed this guitar. I just grabbed one out of the line, and as soon as I put my hand on it, on the back of the neck, I was like, whoa, this neck feels incredible. This is like the greatest feeling neck ever. I love the feel of it. And then as I started to play it, I really loved the feel of it. The first thing that I really like about the Relic guitars is the feel. If you have never played one, I think you want to go out and play one just to put your hands on one, just to get the feel of it. It's like that pair of jeans that fits so well, or that most comfortable pair of shoes that you have. If it's done right, if the relicing is done right, it'll really feel like a well-aged old guitar. And like on this guitar, it's reliced in the right spots. Like it's worn where you might have your arm, on it more. And it's kind of discolored more. It's like multiple, it's not all one solid color. Again, I don't know if that'll pick up with the camera, but it's kind of aged and worn like it would naturally. And the checking is really cool to get it to check like that. So you get, in essence, a new guitar, quote unquote new guitar, because you could take any guitar and send it and have it relic, but let's just say if you buy one new, quote unquote new, and you get this well worn in, well played effect that feels really good. The raw wood on a lot of times on the neck, on the back of the neck, and you could see how it's worn more where you would put your fingers than where you would not put your fingers. Like there's still a little finish left up here on the neck, because maybe you're not playing it as high as much as you are in this area, and obviously there's a lot more finish left here and on the headstock. So the neck just feels incredibly good, and it feels incredibly worn in, and it's a very, very different feel than a brand new spanking unreliced guitar. So do yourself a favor, go and play one and see. You may like the way it looks, feels, and of course how it sounds. While we're talking about all this gear, if you'd like a free video lesson on ways that you could easily spice up your solos and add a lot of special sauce to them, I could help you with that. Click on that link in the YouTube description box. I'll send you a free video lesson and an ebook. Just click on that link below. The other thing I really like about Relic guitars and this guitar is that I don't have to worry about it getting dinged up or scratched. And this is a big deal because when we have our new guitars, we're always worried about putting scratches on them. And that first ding, oh, it really hurts, right? Here, it doesn't matter. In fact, this guitar I leave out all the time. Like I always tell my students in my lessons, leave a guitar out in the room that you're in most, leave it out on a stand, and you'll be much more apt to pick it up and practice that way, as opposed to putting it back in its case, putting it under the bed. You're never going to want to take it out unless you have a big chunk of time. This way, if you have a few minutes, pockets of time throughout the day, you can grab it real quick. You'll be so much more apt to play it and get that practice time in. But the thing is, I leave this guitar out, and because I'm always grabbing it and pulling on it, whatever, it might hit up against my desk or the stand. I have dogs. Sometimes they jump up on it. Who cares, right? It doesn't matter if it gets more dings. It doesn't matter if it gets more scratches. In fact, it'll just add to the character. So that's kind of a big deal. And those of you who have been through, the war scars on guitar, you'll know this. And I always say, in my opinion, guitars are made to be played. They're a tool for the musician, for the guitar player, right? Much like paintbrushes are for the artist, or a hammer is for the carpenter, right? It's a tool. So, if you're going to use it, if you're going to be playing it, it's going to get some wear, it's going to get some scratches, especially if you play live. Like, I kind of just, a long time ago, I just kind of came to the conclusion that my guitars, because I love playing out live, and I play out live a lot. And a lot of my guitars have scratches and nicks and dings, and it just is what it is. It's just going to happen, and I'm okay with that. Right? Because it's going to happen. You're going to get war scars on them. But with the Relic guitar, it doesn't hurt as much. And the third kind of thing is, like, I know a lot of students who watch my videos, a lot of players who watch my reviews, whatever, we're always, chasing after gear and buying new gear and selling and trading. And you're always getting something different or trading in this for that, right? The other thing is dings, dents, scratches on Relic guitars will not affect the resale value. They just don't, right? They don't. Whereas, if you ever tried selling guitars on Reverb and you're posting them and they're not Relic, and and you got to show all the little, scratches, and you put a dime up against the ding to show the size of it. And those are all things that, detract from the value. They just do. It's like scratches and dents on a car when you go to resell it, right? But with a Relic guitar, that doesn't matter. And if you get a second, if you could do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content, right? As well as you'll be notified when we have new lessons up. Leave a comment below. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see coming up. If you like the video, click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. So this guitar, it has Texas special pickups in them, and the guitar that feels best in your hands and sounds best to your ears, what works for you. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just all different, right? And we have these wonderful choices. And subscribe to the channel. That really helps us keep bringing the content, right? Leave a comment below. Let us know how you like this video. Be sure to click on that link below. I'll send you that free video lesson on how you could spice up your soloing with an ebook. And I got lots more killer content and lessons coming. Stay tuned. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care and rock on.